Right, so let's drop a RBD configure down and get that set up. There we go. So yeah, we don't need to do much in here, just set up some attributes for the glass, for the group name. I don't know if we actually need to do this because we're just going to be deleting the you know, the other bits anyway other than the glass, but never mind. We'll put that in there for the group to make sure we got the right stuff. So since we've got, you know, these the body is not going to be active, so we need to set that up, right? So the glass is going to be active and animated will be turned off because we have the opposite attributes on the body. So we need to, well, it's just cleaner to specify them here. Okay, for the collision shape, so we've got lots and lots of pieces here. I think if we visualize this, we got 30,000. Let me just double check. Yeah, so we got 700,000 points there, and once they're packed, we've got 30. Well, we can see there, yeah, 30,383 pieces. So that's actual pieces of glass, not faces or points, right? So that's, you know, a fair bit. It's not a crazy amount, but something that can help us out a lot. Since we've got, you know, the very small pieces and they're pretty kind of geometric and round, we can get away with using a box as a collision geometry, right? Which will help it go much quicker. You know, even faster, I think, again, would be a sphere, so you can experiment with that. Convex hull is obviously the default, which will wrap a shape around it, but it's faster to simplify the shape, right? Collision padding, just like before, I'm going to drop this down to 0.05. Again, since we got really, really small pieces, collisions there, we don't need to do anything with this. And so I can close that down. I do want to have some speed limits because we're going to have, you know, pieces of glass flying really quick, and I want to kind of control that a bit. So I'm just going to speed max, put that to 20. Okay, which will set an attribute for us there, as it says. And then for this stuff, we'll leave it as it is. The physical attributes are fine. I know it's concrete, but whatever. It's not too important. It's more about the way the glass kind of flies out of the window than how it's bouncing around. But well, you can experiment with that. I've left it as just like that. Then we're going to be kind of bringing everything together here. So I will delete here the rest of the car, because if you remember, we need the car animated, and I've frozen it here. We got a time shift there. Okay, so we've got a, you know, I did that so that we could set up the constraints without any animation. So now we've got to delete the car by, if we do it on the points, and I do add name is glass, and I will delete the glass and then just delete unselected to isolate that. ISO, oops, glass. Okay, and so we also need some velocity on this, so we don't have any velocity attributes yet. So I'm going to, let me see how I can do this efficiently. Let's move these across down here, and I'm gonna press Alt click on this, and then bring this down here, because I'm going to start merging bits in from here, and just drop an attribute wrangle on this. And just like as I said, here we set up this active 1 and animated 0. We'll do the same in here on the point. I'm doing this before the time shift and the unpack notice, so it's still packed, and it's you know, still has the animation. Okay, so I'll set up the attribute, so it's I at active is 0 in this case, and I at animated is 1. Oops, I at animated is 1, so that's good. I'm going to drop a time blend as well, just in case we got any weird stuff going on with the, you know, if we have more sub steps here than we did in the other. You know, we need to be able to get information between the frames. So I've got that there. So that's good. We also want to, let's see, time shift here. So we need to start merging these together. So I'm going to drop a merge down here, and I'm going to grab the glass from before the RBD configure. So again, it's just a weird thing that the glass, the connected faces thing seems to not work when it's packed and then unpacked, and I've just had to, I found that it works if I just grab the glass before here, so before it's packed, and then it seems to work. You know, we get that transparent glass render before it's broken, basically. Okay, just copy this, delete across, drop that in there. I'll delete the glass for me. It should. Oh, we'll do this on the primitives. Okay, and then we got the glass and the car together there, and that will go into my RBD bullet solver into the right, and then into the middle we have the constraints, obviously, and then the pieces into the left. But we want to do a few more bits before we do that. Well, I'll plug it in now, but we have a few more actions that I want to do before we actually set up this simulation.